Good evening.
We're sisters who love to explore
True crime, cryptids, ghosties, haunted locations,
conspiracy theories and all creepy, scary, spooky things.
with a bit of dark humor. Hosted by
Sarah,
and Melissa,
join us as we take a trip to the dark side.
because sometimes dead is better.
Welcome to Necromancy.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome back.
I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is taking this bitch so long?
It was really weird. It wasn't allowing me to come into the episode. It was just, I had to redo it twice.
Unbelievable.
It was taking a really long time.
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Fucking bullshit.
How dare I?
Yeah. So, what's up?
Well, just here, living the dream, while
Yeah.
your bitch ass and my son go to fucking Florida and I stay here and work like a dog.
Yeah, well, I'll be calling you in the morning saying, Sarah, are you awake yet? Beautiful sunny day here in Florida.
Yep. You can go eat a bag of dicks.
I'm fucking stoked, bro.
I bet
Uh,
you are.
The girls at work are so sick and tired of me.
I'm sure they are.
Fucking sick of me because I'm like, I'm going in 3 days.
They're probably just fucking leave already.
Yeah, I'm like, and Grace looked at me today and I was like, man, you're so sick and tired of listening to my vacation plans, aren't you? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop.
Do you know how much? Okay, so I just got uh money transferred over
Uh-huh.
from Canadian to American
Yeah,
for
it's fucking
Evan.
thievery.
Bro, Evan was like, "What? Why is it that much just to get it switched over?" I'm like, "Because the currency exchange."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my god." So I only got him a little bit of cash, like $300. Okay,
You said
switched to American. Do you know how much it was to get it?
500.
No, wasn't that bad. But it was $416.
Yeah.
I
That's it.
thought she said 460 at first, and I was like, "Pardon me?"
Yeah, girl. Trust me. When we went to Boston, I think Mikey, I don't remember. I think Mikey gave me $1,400 to go and switch, and we only got like 920 back.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was crazy. I was like, holy fuck.
yeah.
So
Is that
the exchange
bullshit?
motherfucker.
It's a bullshit.
Yeah. Let's see. Because I'm switching over. Yeah, it's the same. So when I looked the other day, because I'm going to switch over about 700, like I just want some cash. Like if I need to use more than I have my credit card, right?
Yeah,
But I don't want to use my credit card for everything because they charge you a fucking fee plus the exchange rate.
yeah,
So you're
yeah,
like, fuck that. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some cash out. So I was like, I'll get about 700 bucks Canadian.
yeah,
Mikey's gonna do pretty much the same. And it comes out to about $517.
yeah,
And I was like, ugh.
yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah. So, oh well, it's okay. I'm just fuck it. Like I'm gonna have to use my credit card for some stuff, but who cares? At least it's not for the whole thing. Like when we went on the cruise, I didn't bring. I think Mikey brought some cash, but I didn't, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just use my credit card the whole time." Dude, the fee was like $300,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was like, "Ugh."
yeah. That one hurt a little.
It did. That one hurt a little. I was like, "Oh, fucking bitch ass motherfucker." That's not including the exchange rate.
Yeah,
So if I spent like $500, like, cause I bought me and Brittany Crocs,
yeah,
so spent about $300 there. It was $500, and
yeah.
then on top of that, a fee from my Visa,
Ew.
right? And I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
those are fucking expensive ass Crocs,
yeah,
but
yeah.
whatever. I don't care. Like it is what it is. I wanted to buy her a gift for having us on the cruise ship,
Yep.
so you know what I mean. What better than Crocs, and we got matching Crocs, so I'm not sad about it.
Yeah, they're kinda cute.
Yeah, they're kinda cute, but this time, like, I love dad so much, like, he's telling me, "Okay, we got this, because 'cause we're gonna be there for the Super Bowl." So he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, bought all kinds of dips and chips and this
Oh,
and
yeah.
that."
That's what he was telling me and Evan today too.
Yeah, he called me and he goes, yesterday called me yesterday when me and Mike were on the walk with Zena.
Yeah.
He goes, what kind of milk do you drink?" And I said, "Well, I drink soy milk." And he's like, "Oh, it's soy." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I thought it was coconut milk." I said, "Oh, no, no, no. I'll drink coconut, but I'd rather have
Soy.
soy." Right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, okay. I thought it was coconut. Good thing I got my phone." He goes, "Okay, hold on. I'm going back in the store right now." And then I said, he goes, "What kind of brand?" And I said, "Well, I drink Silk, like the
Mhm.
original."
Yeah.
And him and Jenny's like, "Oh, but there's the flavored one." And dad's like, "No, she wants the original." I'm like, "Dad, don't worry about that. Like, when I get there, I can go out and get the stuff that I need." "No, no, no.
None
We're
of
here
that.
now." And I was like, "Oh, you're so cute."
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty excited.
Oh, they are. Dad was so excited. He's like, 4 days. I'm like, "We leave in 3."
Yep.
And yeah, but I won't see you for 4 days. He goes,
Yeah.
so yeah, so oh man,
Cool.
even Mikey was like, "Are you sure? Like, we won't get to Cincinnati until midnight." So I was like, "Yeah, that's okay. Like me and Evan will be here on Thursday. Like after I take Xena to the vet and stuff, I can always come home and have a good nap,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm gonna pack everything up tomorrow and Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be fully packed and everything and ready to go."
Yep.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Yep. So,
On another note, you know what I watched for the first time the other day?
oh Lord, what?
Fucking live action of Little Mermaid.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't waste your fucking
Oh,
time.
really?
I was so upset.
Yeah.
So upset. They could have done so much better. Walter right away, like, it came to a point where, like, I just started playing on my phone and kinda, like, looking up every so often, and he's like, "You don't like it, do you?" And I'm like, "How could you tell?" Like, "No. No, I
Mm.
don't." I was pissed.
There was one, which one was I disappointed in? There was one that I went and seen in the theaters, and I was quite disappointed. I don't remember what it was. What was it?
Like, Flounder, they made
Yeah.
Scuttle a fucking woman.
What?
The seagull, the bird,
Yeah, yeah, I know who Scuttle. Come on, I know who Scuttle is, but they made him a female.
it's a female.
Ugh.
I was more into Ursula's part than anything else.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's kind
Yo,
of
I love that bitch.
yeah.
She is pretty badass, and it
Yeah.
like, her part is pretty good in it, I like it. Um, but, like, the the effects for, like, Sebastian and Flounder
Yeah.
and Scott, I was pissed.
I think it
I
was
was
Lion King that I wasn't too amused with.
What's that?
Lion King.
Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember that. I watched some of it and then I just got yeah, I don't know, man. As a Disney fanatic, I
Yeah.
just
Like, it's not even the fact that Ariel's black, because I
yeah,
could care less. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean shit to me. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. I said, "Cool." Like, I'm very happy that Disney is taking a little bit of a stance and saying, like, "Okay, we have the cartoon version. Let's do a live version and let's make her, a different color
I
person
just
so that little girls out
yeah,
there that watched The Little Mermaid growing up, little black girls, and they didn't really have a princess that looked like them until Tiana.
yeah,
You know
Princess
what I
and the
mean? Like,
Frog.
you have to think about that. Like, I remember growing up and all Barbies looked like me. I
Yeah,
don't remember seeing many black Barbies or Barbies with afros or Barbies with natural hair or
yeah,
like that. And so now when you go into the Barbie section, because I got little nieces and stuff now, and I looking, I'm like, it's so nice to see
yeah,
that they have Barbies and stuff that look like the little girls that are here. You
yeah.
know, like I kind of love that. On another note, Ariel, she was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, I just got her on my arm.
Yeah, exactly. So, I, me personally, like, again, I don't give a shit that she was black, but me
Yeah.
being a fan of the Little Mermaid, I would have wanted her to look like the Ariel that I know.
At least have the red and you know what's fucked up too? Is that, like, Ursula kept calling her red,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Shut the fuck up." Her
yeah,
hair is not even red, which is what I think they should have done, at
yeah,
least. At least.
yeah. Like, I'm cool with whatever. It's just I don't know. I'll stick with the cartoon version.
Yeah.
Like, you can't repl either any of them, okay?
Well, and they
Even
added
in
new
Disney.
songs in there too,
I know, which is bullshit. Like, and that's what
which
I didn't like about The Lion King,
yeah.
is
Yeah.
that they didn't do certain things that I
Yeah.
would have expected, you know? Like
Mhm.
that whole "I just can't wait to be king."
Yep.
Like, they it was so dulled down that I was like, "Ah, it's just not what I would expect Disney to be."
I know. They're kinda slacking.
Yeah, and, like, whatever, like, if they wanna do all of that, I'm good. Do whatever you want. If it's a whole new generation of kids that is watching this, and if this is what they want for a new generation of people, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna stick to my original cartoon.
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
I watched Sleeping Beauty,
Yep.
2 weeks ago.
I know you did. I
You
love
know,
that.
when I was sick, I watched Sleeping Beauty. It's a comfort
Yeah.
for me. Cinderella is a comfort. I
Yeah.
eyes out every time I watch Cinderella. I don't know why. It just hits a fucking spot with me.
Yeah.
But it's certain things, Nemo,
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog is one of my favorite fucking Disney movies of all time. I
I
love it.
love that movie too, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's Disney cartoons, that's where it's at.
Yeah, top
And
notch.
Disney World, Splash Mountain's gone.
Which is so sad, but they're turning it into Tiana's
I don't give a fuck. I don't
what?
fucking care. Put Tiana something somewhere else. Why are
I
you taking
know
Splash?
Splash Mountain was like a staple in Disney. That was a big I remember going on that and loving that ride.
Do you remember going on it with dad and then we went on it a second time and Jenny got fucking mad?
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I
And she's
do.
like, "You went on it twice?" Dad
I
was
was
like,
like, "Shut
"Uh,
the fuck up." You shouldn't
no."
have told her.
Like, I was like, "I didn't know I wasn't supposed to tell her.
Yeah.
Nobody told me not to say anything. I didn't know
No.
it was gonna be an issue." She was fucking mad.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't care.
Uh,
We had a great time.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
remember
care.
taking I have pictures of that day and everybody looks a little saucy.
Yeah.
I
Good
was like,
times though. Good times though.
it was good. I think after that, dad let us go by ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do Universal this time, so I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier too, like I looked up the rides that were still there and ET is still there,
I know, that's insane.
but I don't know if they might have upgraded it.
Yeah, they probably have
And
changed
I'm
some
like,
things over the years.
damn it, why?
I wish that they had Alien there still. Apparently they took
No.
that out. I wish they did.
What alien?
Not Lilo and Stitch. Not
What do you
Stitch.
No, Sarah, that's in Disney World, sweetheart. I'm talking about Universal.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
ET is in Universal. Yeah. No, and you can go fuck yourself about that, by the way. I have never been so scared in my life.
There was something that came up about it, I think a couple days
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
And
and you
the
fucking
main reason why they shut it down was because it was just too terrifying for fucking
yo,
kids.
we were in
I'm
Magic Kingdom,
I'm
bro.
so happy I experienced that.
No. No, no, that was horrific. I've never been so scared in my life. I thought I was gonna die.
I think we all did.
Yo, it was so scary. I remember leaving there. I'm like, I just want to go home.
You should go on the Terminator.
Is it still there?
I don't know. If it
Oh,
is, you should do it.
oh my god! Super! If you stand there, the doors open this way and they will hit you. Okay, super! And
And then
then
she
she
gets
gets shot.
fucking
Sarah's
gunned
like,
down.
super! And the whole fucking crowd laughed. I was like, Sarah,
I couldn't help myself.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was so good. It was so
Oh,
good.
just
Oh.
the whole crowd. There was like a lot of people in the studio too.
Oh, yeah.
You were like,
All you could hear
"Super!"
is her getting gunned down and then me just going, "Super!"
And everybody laughed. I was
Yeah,
like, "That
it was good.
was fucking funny."
Mm.
What was that Hercules one where dad made you go up on
Oh
stage?
my god, Xena. I
Scene of
was
the
a
world.
I was a minotaur.
Yeah, you had like coconuts and stuff, and you were just
Look at my
giving dad,
hooves! Look at my hooves!
you were just giving dad the death stare.
Well, you guys forced my hand up.
So fucking, we did that to you a lot.
Yeah, I was always the fucking "Just go, Sarah. Just go." "No,
Sarah,
assholes." And then they forced my hand up and they're like, "Just come on up here." I'm like, "Oh,
and they're like,
fuck you guys."
"Oh, you come."
Yep, I got to be
Sarah's
half
looking at us
forced.
like, "I'm gonna fucking smother both of you in your sleep tonight."
I'm gonna shit on your pillow. You're gonna get pink eye, you fucking bitch.
And me and dad are sitting there the whole time just dying.
Yep, I got to clap some fucking coconuts around and you could see my feet do a little prance. It was nice. It was nice. I don't think I've ever turned that shade of red since then. Good times.
Oh my god. Even
Anyway,
Jaws. We
that
would
was
always
oh
put
fuck.
you
I hated that shit. You're an
we would
asshole.
always
You
put
guys
you on the
bully
fucking
my
side
lives.
where we knew the shark came up. Dude, I'd never seen you. Even remember on Earthquake
Yeah.
where I would put you on I put when you and I went alone, I put you on the fucking side where the truck came down and the water came down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I know.
stood up and tried to jump over top of me. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Sit down."
Yeah. Well, that's what you get.
Oh, that was
In
so
case you guys
fucking
haven't
funny.
noticed, we've had some good times in Disney. We just tend to
Yeah.
reminisce.
Yeah.
So don't mind us right now.
Just fucking good old memories, man. Did you see the viral video that
Of
was on I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you. Where they were on the ride Pirates of the Caribbean
okay.
and a guy put his water bottle in the water and drank it.
Yeah. That is the
Okay.
nastiest fucking shit.
Oh,
He's got like 7 diseases right up.
or
The second that
immortal.
water touched his lips, he
Yeah,
was infected with fucking like everything.
or he's immortal.
Or he's immortal. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
because just the smell in
Oh
that ride,
my god.
I could not even imagine. That's
Literally turns my stomach thinking about that. I could know how do why? Why? Why?
I don't know, man. People are
Gross.
twisted. I couldn't I like ugh. All right.
On a wait. I wanted to mention one thing. I don't think I
Okay.
told you about this yet.
All
So some
right.
creepy shit has happened recently in the homestead.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about it today.
Okay, so I'm just gonna recap real quick.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
hey, hold on. Before you start, I just want you to know you're doing this shit to yourself. You know this, right? You know that you're the one who's calling this in, and
I'm not
because
calling it in.
yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Hold on. Let's pause. Okay. So just to kind of go over this with our listeners, okay? We got a camera sitting in my bedroom now
Bow, chicka,
because about
bow.
a month and a half or 2 months ago, in my fucking sleep, I rolled over and I don't know what the hell I was dreaming about, but I decided to punch the shit out of Walter
Mhm.
and didn't even know it. Didn't even know. Had no idea. So Walter the next day was like, "Do you remember fucking punching me in your sleep?" And I was like, "Nope. Nope, I don't." And he was like, "Oh yeah." And he literally had bruised ribs for like a good couple of days after.
Atta girl.
So he was like, "We're getting a camera so that we can
Yeah.
catch this shit. Like, when you do this or whatever in your sleep." Because apparently I talk, I do a lot of weird shit in my sleep.
Apparently, you've known this.
Yes. No, I do know this. Um, so anyways, so we got the camera. Well, so it has like 3 different detections. One is okay, you're gonna think this is weird. One, well, not weird, but whatever. One is sound detection. So if there's noise, it'll pick it up and start recording.
Mhm.
If there is a baby crying, it will pick up the noise and start recording.
Yeah, that's just well, it's probably it's a baby camera.
It's not a baby camera, but it can be, obviously.
Yeah.
And third is um, like a person, like a body detection, so movement and stuff like that. Okay. So, anyways, yesterday I was dying on the couch um, most of the day. Evan was in his room, Walter was upstairs watching TV with me, and Ruby was on the couch. Okay, we were all upstairs. All of a sudden, I start getting notifications that there's movement in my room, body detection. It didn't
Chucky's
say because okay, so I get a lot of sound notifications because I have a fish tank in my room and the filter and the water movement, it'll pick it up and it'll just start going off every so often that there's a sound. So I'm used to that, which is totally fine. But the second that it says movement detected or body detected,
that's creepy.
I was like, "Oh my god," and it kept going off.
Mhm.
So I was like, "Babe," I'm like, "It's saying that it's picking up, like, movement, like, a body." So he came downstairs, he checked everything out, nothing. We looked back, there were, like, blurbs on each side of the screen at
Uh,
certain times.
uh,
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god." I tried to show Evan today, but it's already gone, which kinda sucks.
you should have kept it.
I should've. I will next time.
You
But
had
yeah, that was the first time that ever happened. So we were kind of freaking out. We tried to do a spirit box session last night, and it just we weren't picking anything up.
and you're saying you're not calling it in. Okay.
I'm not calling anything in. I'm not
When you're doing
inviting
a
it,
spirit box in your house, don't you ever bring that shit to my house.
bro. Bro, it's been to your house. The fuck you talking about? We went and did
When
one in a graveyard in Milton.
no, but you didn't do it in my house though.
We didn't do a session in your house, but
And
that bitch was in your house.
yeah, but it wasn't on.
Next, I'm coming to your house in a couple weeks, bitch. You
Get
watch.
fucked.
Get fucked.
Okay, I will break your fucking spirit box.
Yo, that bitch was expensive.
Yeah, well, if you like it, don't bring it over here and turn it on.
You
It's I have it recorded now that I have fairly warned you.
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go buy a Ouija board. I'm gonna stuff it between your
Fucked.
fucking I'm gonna stuff it between
Yeah.
your mattress.
Okay, you watch, motherfucker. I'm gonna start hiring clown grams.
We gonna put it between your mattress and your box board
Yeah,
and just have it sticking out just a little bit.
yeah.
Make sure you
That's
find
okay.
it when you fucking make your bed.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll get you back. Don't you fucking worry about that.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, fuck with me. You have no idea. You have no idea. I will fuck your world up. Just remember how much property you have and how many sliding doors is on your house.
All right. All right.
Your kitchen window. I'm gonna fucking stand there in a clown mask at your kitchen window.
I would
Okay.
probably shit a brick.
And I will do that as often as I can.
I bet you
So
would.
fuck around and find out.
Mm, mm.
Are you afraid?
Any no.
You fucking should be.
I'm stupid that way.
Oh well, when it happens, you're gonna be afraid. Remember, you sleep in the basement too.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? So a lot of things can scratch on your windows and
God.
tap on your windows at night.
Okay, so when I fucking stab something through the window and you get juked, it's not my fault.
How are you
I'm
gonna stab
thinking that I'm
something
killing a
through the window?
fucking psycho clown.
You're gonna put your face fist through glass?
Not my fist. I didn't say my fist.
Well, how
I
do you
will
get through the
put an
window?
object. I will fucking I have a metal fucking shin beater.
A what?
There's like a metal pole that we have
Uh-huh.
that's all wrapped up in tape. And that
I don't
thing
even want to know why. I don't want to know why.
what? Uh, for self-defense.
Okay,
Somebody decides to break it. No,
I thought you guys
no,
were doing some
whoa, whoa, no, 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 none of that.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so I think we should probably get to our story.
Yeah. So,
What have we got today?
today we're going to talk about BTK.
Yeah, bitch.
Dennis Rader. I should have thrown you for a fucking loop and went somewhere else.
Ugh.
You would have been so pissed.
I would have been because I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of information that I have to go through.
Yeah.
I tried to kind of summarize some of it, but there's some of it that you kind of can't
Yep.
skip over. Now, before we get started, uh, he did kill 2 children.
Mhm.
uh, if you're not okay with listening to that, not gonna go into crazy detail about, there's a little bit, but I'm not gonna go into crazy detail about children stuff. Like I just did. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, his name was Dennis Lynn Rader. Lynn. His middle name's Lynn.
Mhm.
Fucking bitch. Anyways, he was born in Pittsburgh, Kansas on March the 9th, 1945, to Dorothea May Rader and William Elvin Rader, the eldest of 4 sons. Dennis grew up in Wichita, Kansas. Both parents worked long, hard, and paid little attention to their children at home. Dennis later described feeling ignored by his mother, in particular, and feeling ignored by his mother in particular and resenting her for it. He gets really, yeah. Okay, from a young age, Dennis harbored sadistic sexual fantasies about torturing, trapped and helpless women. He also exhibited um, zoo sadism.
Oh,
What zoo sadism is?
what the fuck is that?
Okay, he got off by torturing, killing, and hanging small animals.
Oh,
Okay, like cats and dogs and anything that he could catch. Okay,
lovely.
he's a fucking asshole. So
Yep.
Dennis acted out sexual fetishes for voyeurism, autoerotic asphyxiation, and cross dressing. He often spied on female neighbors while dressing in women's clothing, including women's underwear that he had stolen, and masturbated with ropes and other bindings around his arms and neck. Do you ever see the fucking pictures of this guy that he took of himself?
I don't think I ever have actually.
Okay, so what he used to do is he would steal women's clothing and stuff, and he
Mhm.
would put a mask on, and he would tie himself up in weird fucking positions
Yeah.
in women's underwear, and
Yeah.
he would like dig a hole and like take Polaroids of himself in those positions.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Be-
Oh, I see it.
yeah, because that's what got him off.
Oh
Was
my god.
Yeah, he was a fucking weirdo. Like, okay, when I'm reading through this and shit, does his wife didn't know anything?
I was just gonna ask that. Like, there's no like, was that his wife's clothes then? Or
Well, he often spied on female neighbors while dressed in women's clothing. So, did he buy it? Did he steal it? Was it his wife's?
yeah.
I just this thinking about that, and then to think like, did him and his wife have like a normal sex life, or was he showing signs of like fetishes and stuff? Which
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, but like, was he showing signs of that in his relationship with his wife?
Yeah.
He was
So
married to his wife for quite a while,
yeah. Hmm.
right? So, anyways, years later, during his cooling off periods between murders, Dennis would take pictures of himself wearing women's clothing and a female mask while bound. He later admitted that he was pretending to be his victims as part of a sexual fantasy. However, Dennis kept his sexual proclivities well hidden, and he was widely regarded in his community as a normal, polite, and well mannered.
Which is so scary.
That's horrifying because think about your community. Just hear me out. Think about that nice old gentleman that lives across the street from you.
Yeah.
Now imagine if cops surrounded your fucking house, his house or whatever, and he was a serial killer for fucking 40 years.
Yeah.
Could you imagine your sweet neighbor across the street, polite, nice, very fucking nice man? I love your neighbor across the street.
Yeah, our neighbors are pretty awesome.
Could you imagine him being like a serial killer type?
No, I would lose my shit.
So that's what a lot of people said about this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's so freaky. That's one thing that I always said that freaked me out was because you never know what's going through someone's mind.
Right.
They
It's
can seem
scary.
completely fucking normal, but in their mind, they could be envisioning fucking torturing and killing you, and you would never know it.
Exactly. Like there's a victim here in this story that was his neighbor,
Yeah,
right? I think it was Maureen Hedge, but we'll talk about her in a
yeah.
minute. After graduating from Wichita Heights High School, Dennis attended Kansas West Wesleyan University. He received only mediocre grades and dropped out after about a year. Rader served in the U.S. Air Force from 1966 to 1970. On discharge, he moved to Park City, which is a suburb of Wichita, where he worked in the meat department of an IGA supermarket where his mother was a bookkeeper. Uh, Dennis married Paula Dietz on May the 22nd, 1971. They had two children, Carrie and Brian. He attended Butler County Community College in El Dorado, earning an associate degree in electronics engineering technology in 1973. He enrolled at Wichita State University and graduated in 1979 with a Bachelor of Science degree, majoring in administration of justice.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Dennis initially worked as an assembler for the Coleman Company, an outdoor supply company. He then worked at the Wichita base office of ADT Security Systems from 1974 to 1988, where he installed security alarms as part of his job, in many cases for homeowners concerned about the BTK killings.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis was a census field operations supervisor for the Wichita area in 1989, before the 1990 federal census.
Jesus.
This
They,
motherfucker,
they'll just hire anyone
they'll
back
just
in the
fucking
day.
hire anybody. He was installing security systems in people's houses.
Yeah.
Were afraid of him.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's so twisted.
I have a security system in my house. Okay, the man that came and set it up. That's
Well, just
because
imagine if there was a crazy person that was going around your area, killing people, raping, whatever, and then you decide to get a security system in your home because you're afraid, and then the person that ended up installing that security system
was
was
the
actually the fucking guy doing it all.
that's exactly what was happening. Now
Yeah.
imagine years later, okay, when Dennis Rader was caught.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that motherfucker on TV and going, "He installed my ADT security system."
I would slip my own wrists. Bye
I'd
bye.
be like, I just you don't even know what the fuck to do.
Put me in a padded room.
Yeah, because 'cause you're like, "Holy fuck," like, he coulda just
Yeah.
oh, that's so scary to
What if
think
I
about.
was his type? What if all of a sudden he had
Exactly.
visions of fucking doing shit to me?
Well, bec
Now he knows he installed that shit in my house. He knows
right,
his way around it.
exactly. He knows all my entrances and exits to my house.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Like, thinking about that, when I got my security system, the guy set up all the door alarms,
Yeah.
everything. So I'm like, yeah, that's scary to think about. And you know what's funny too is when we were getting our security system put in, I was thinking about that.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've known this case for fucking since, he got caught,
Yeah.
right? I remember me and dad. It's so crazy how you remember shit. But I remember me and dad in the kitchen. And because I think Dennis Rader was on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries or Cold Case Files or something. And
Yeah.
I remember dad saying, oh, they caught this serial killer that was in Wichita. And I remember kind of looking into it and like watching the program, and they did like a whole like expose about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit, he was on like Unsolved Mysteries or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's freaky.
And they caught him like fucking 30 years later or some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. All right. In May 1991, Dennis became a dog catcher and compliance officer in Park City. In this position, neighbors recalled him as being sometimes overzealous and extremely strict, as well as taking extra pleasure in bullying and harassing single women.
Mm.
Red flag.
Yep.
Uh, one
Well,
neighbor.
the fact that he liked to sorry, but the fact that he also liked to fucking torture animals.
Oh, wait, yeah. Wait till the next line, motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
One neighbor complained that Dennis killed her dog for no reason.
Aw, yeah, see, I knew it.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shit. That makes me upset. I'm sorry. Dennis was a member of the Christ Lutheran Church in Wichita. It's always the fucking people that go to church.
I was waiting for it.
Of the Christ Lutheran Church in Wichita and has been elected president of the church council.
Of course.
He was also a Cub Scout leader.
He was really just the guy next door, eh? Like,
Yeah, he was completely well, beside killing people's fucking dogs for no reason and shit. That's
yeah.
oh fuck, here we go with the coughing again. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, like he was a Cub Scout leader, bro. People trusted their fucking children with this.
Well, and then not only that, but then you imagine people, that are elected president of the church council.
Yeah,
Anybody that goes to church, they can't be a bad person. No, no, no.
no comment.
Well, in majority's eyes, people that go to church are generally good people, right?
No.
Well,
No, no. I'm let's be honest here for a second, okay? Some of the most judgmental fucking people I have ever met in my life go to church every Sunday.
yeah.
Okay? And you can have somebody that's fully tatted up and who knows, even maybe a biker, you know what I mean? Who is a
Hmm.
genuinely fucking nice person,
Get
okay,
judged.
who does charities for children, who do, you know what I mean? Like, but they're judged because of the way that they look and because they don't go to church. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I think I'm a pretty fucking decent human being.
Yeah.
I don't hurt people. I don't deceive people. I care about animals. I do not fucking hurt anything ever. And I am an atheist through and through. I do
Yeah.
not believe in a higher power. I do not believe in God. I do not believe in any fucking shit that they talk about in the Bible. And like, I'm not gonna, whatever. I married a Catholic. So there
But it
is,
doesn't make you a bad person because you
does not
don't
make me
believe
a
in
bad
anything.
person.
No.
I know a few different atheists and they're good fucking people. It does not
Hmm.
make them bad people just because they don't go to church.
Yeah.
But I
That's
have
fair.
met some really shitty fucking people that go to church every weekend and very judgmental.
Yeah.
Okay, not all of them. Not all of them. My mother-in-law, she likes to go to the church and stuff. My sister-in-law likes to go to the church. My husband's a Catholic and they're great people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that all people that go to church are shitty. It's just for the most part that I have seen people that judge me the most go to fucking
Yeah.
church all the time. So you never know. And this guy, he's a fucking piece of shit. Okay. And he was elected president of the church council.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So by the 2000s, the public's memories of the murders had begun to fade. Local author Robert Beatty, yep, Robert I'm sorry, I had to read that again. Began writing a book about the killings after being shocked that so many young people he spoke to had never even heard of BTK. Hungry for attention, Dennis reemerged as BTK in 2004 after learning that a book was being written. On July 26, 2005, after Dennis's arrest, his wife was granted an emergency divorce, waiving the normal 60-day waiting period. In an interview with ABC News in 2019, Dennis's daughter Carrie said that she still writes to her father and has now forgiven him. Wonderful. But still struggles to reconcile with him being the BTK, stating her childhood seemed normal and they were a normal American family.
I can understand that.
I
I
could
can
too.
I can understand that because forgiving him wasn't for him.
It wasn't for him. It was
It was
for
for her.
yeah. But
It was
see,
for her.
but she couldn't reconcile him being the BTK.
No. Could you
Okay.
imagine if your
Nope.
father was BTK?
No. You know that okay, I'm gonna get to it in the story, but she's the main reason why he got caught.
His daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you not know that? Okay, I'm not going to say anything else. We're going to talk about it in a bit, but I'm sorry. She it was her that got him caught.
Okay.
Okay? So these are confirmed murders of BTK. This is where we're going to go into the first one is a bad one
Mhm.
and he killed 2 kids. So here we go. On January the 15th, 1974. It's weird cuz January 15th was Black Dahlia too.
Yeah.
4 members of the Otero family were murdered in Wichita, Kansas. The victims were Joseph Otero Sr., 38 years old, Julia Marie Julie Otero, 33, Joseph Joey Otero II, 9, and Josephine Josie Otero, 11. Their bodies were discovered by the family's 3 older children who had been at school at the time of the killings. Yeah. After his arrest in 2005, Dennis confessed to killing the Otero family. Dennis claims that he first targeted the family 2 months prior to their murders when he spotted Julie leaving to take her children to school and followed them. On the morning of January 15th, Dennis cut the phone lines and entered the Otero residence when Joey opened the back door to let the family dog out.
Aw.
Yeah, Dennis told the Otero family that he was a wanted man in California before he ordered them to lie on the living room floor at gunpoint. Then he led the family into the bedroom and tied them with a rope he had already prepared. Joseph and Joey were on the floor while Julie and Josie were on the bed. The wrists and feet of Joseph and Julie were restrained. Joseph's head was covered with a plastic bag, which Dennis then secured with ropes. But after he chewed a hole in the bag, another bag was tightened over his head, which caused Joseph to slowly suffocate to death. Yeah, hold on. Fuck, it's like dry in here now.
Oh, shit.
Dennis attempted to strangle Julie, and according to Dennis, Mrs. Otero woke back up. She was pretty upset with what was going on. She asked me to save her son, so I had actually taken the bed off. The bag off. She screamed, "You killed my boy! You killed my boy!" And she actually said, "God have mercy on your soul." So I put her down permanently, strangling her to death with a rope.
Aw.
With both parents dead, Dennis then placed another plastic bag with 2 T-shirts and an additional bag over Joey's head and watched as he thrashed about while being suffocated.
Jesus Christ.
You fucking bastard. Afterwards, okay, this is where it gets a little bit
Yeah.
graphic, okay? So afterwards, Dennis led Josie down to the basement where he hanged her with a noose from a pipe. Police later found Dennis's semen near her partially clothed body. Dennis then eventually wrote a letter that he stashed inside an engineering book at the Wichita Public Library in October of 1974, describing in detail the killing of the Otero family.
Mhm. I remember this part. Yeah.
That was tough. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking about, like, yes, he murdered people, but it's the fucking kids that get me, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
even,
sorry, but that whole scenario made me think of oh my god. What's that movie with the oh, he kills the kids. Cthulhu, but what's his oh my god. I love the movie. What's
oh,
it called again?
Pazuzu?
No, not Pazuzu. It starts with an S and it's right on the tip of my tongue right now.
Where he kills the kids. I try my best not to
He's
watch.
like a yeah, he's like a demon and he makes the kids fucking kill their family.
What?
You've never tell me you've seen it.
I don't
It
know. Google it while I'm reading the next part.
okay.
Okay. On April the 4th, 1974, Dennis broke into the Wichita home of 21-year-old Catherine Doreen Bright through her screen door. but was taken aback to discover her 19-year-old brother, Kevin Bright, was also present on the property. He transported Catherine to another bedroom and tied her down after forcing Kevin, who was being held at gunpoint, to restrain his sister with a rope Dennis had provided to him. Dennis attempted to strangle Catherine to death before stabbing her 3 times in the back and lower abdomen, Jesus Christ,
Wow.
with a knife when she struggled too much. Ouch, man. Fuck sakes. Kevin was also strangled but shot in the head, and Kevin survived by faking being dead after later escaping. And later escaping.
Good for him.
Yep, so Kevin survived, but his sister Catherine Bright died. He fucking stabbed her in the back and in the stomach, dude.
Yeah. Fuck.
Ouch. Just think about like, ow, man. Fuck sakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sinister. The movie Sinister.
Sinister. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. I've seen Sinister. Didn't really like it too much.
No, I bet you didn't.
I wasn't a big fan of that one.
It
Is that
still
the one?
scares me
Yeah, is that the one where they're like hanging out front?
on the tree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that one. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, that was a fucked up movie.
Yeah. All right. So, on March 17th, 1977, 25-year-old Shirley Ruth Relford was found dead in her Wichita home. Dennis was pursuing Shirley and located her by following her 5-year-old son to her home. Shirley had not been feeling well and sent the boy out for soup. Dennis entered their residence and pulled a handgun out from under his jacket, frightening the family. After tying up her 3 children and locking them in the bathroom, Dennis took Shirley to the back bedroom. Dennis had Shirley restrained while she vomited before tying her legs to the bedpost. He then strangled her with a rope after placing a plastic bag over her head while her children screamed and banged down the hallway.
Mm.
Similar to the Otero murders, Dennis intended to murder Shirley's children, although they were ultimately able to escape before he could do so. So I guess they climbed out the window
Yeah.
before he could go in and kill them.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, and I think that one of her sons, the one that led Dennis to the door, he speaks out in like documentaries and shit.
Yeah.
And like same with the Otero, one of the Otero guys,
Yeah.
Charlie Otero. Yeah, he same. So they're both like big advocates for this motherfucker, right? Like
Good. That's a big part of your life, right?
yeah, of
That was
course.
very traumatizing.
Of course. Imagine going back to your house and fucking your parents and 2 of your siblings were murdered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Or this guy, like he just went out to go and get soup for his mom.
Yeah.
And, he's 5 years old, like back in the 70s, like that was a
Yeah.
fucking thing to send your 5-year-old. Back in our day, grandma used to put a fucking money in our hand, tightly close our hand around the money and say, go to the store and say, this is for Gail Aslin.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we would buy cigarettes for her.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was normal back in the day.
No such
That was
thing
in
as
the
doing
ni
that now.
Yeah, that was in the 90s. Like, there's no way you could pull that shit off these days.
No.
Like back in the 90s, like, and that wasn't even that fucking long ago. It was 30 years ago. But back in the 70s was a whole other fucking world,
Yeah.
right? Like, you send your 5-year-old down the street to get soup because you don't think that there's going to be a monster fucking following him home,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
No.
So when Dennis noticed 25-year-old Nancy Jo Fox going into her Wichita home, he marked her as a potential victim and began stalking her. On December the 8th, 1977, Dennis knocked at her door. When nobody answered, he cut the phone lines before breaking in to wait for Nancy in her kitchen. Nancy's murder would be described by Dennis as what I call a perfect hit. That's what he said. What I call a perfect hit.
Ugh.
Although she gave me a lot of verbal static, he can cooperated. Oh, sorry, I wrote that. Wow. Okay, I just
She
read.
cooperated.
I totally just read
Derp,
that
derp, derp,
so
derp.
weird.
Did she
Oh my,
cooperate or did she
oh,
cooperate?
I cannot believe I just did. It's because I wrote it so weird. Although she gave me a lot of verbal static, she cooperated. Oh my god. Okay. What the fuck, bro? I think I need to start smoking pot again. Okay. She didn't fight me. Oh my god. I had complete control of her. Okay, back to. All right, let's try this again.
Hmm.
Although she gave me a lot of verbal static, she cooperated. She didn't fight me. I had complete control of her. That's why it was one of the more enjoyable kills, as I call them.
Ugh.
Dennis killed Nancy by strangling her with a belt on her bed. Before she died, Dennis told her that he was responsible for the prior Otero murders the following day. Dennis called police from a phone booth telling them that they would find Nancy's body at her home. You know, that's the fucked up thing. Is like I remember watching a documentary about this fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And Nancy Fox, she wasn't found right away. So he like the next day he was like, I'm gonna call the cops and tell them. He called the fucking cops and said there has been a murder, blah 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 blah. It's here. And he
Yeah.
sent the cops to her house because he wanted the clout that was gonna be on the TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know.
Sick.
Yeah.
In early 1978, Dennis sent another later letter. Oh my God. Okay, let's try this again. Dennis sent another letter to television station Cake, Kake in Washington, Wichita. I need a break. I need a sip of water. Hold on a second. Why does this happen? Because I read this through yesterday and I fucking did it so good.
You know what? I did the same shit with mine, and it doesn't matter when you're reading it. It just, yep.
All right. So it was in Wichita, not Washington, claiming responsibility for the murders of the Oteros, Bright, Vian Ralford, and Fox. He suggested many possible names for himself, including BTK. He demanded media attention for the second letter, saying, "How many do I have to kill before I get a name in the paper or some national attention?"
Mm-hmm.
A poem was enclosed titled "Oh Death to Nancy," a parody of the lyrics to the American folk song "Oh Death." In the letter, he claimed to be driven to kill by Factor X, which he characterized as a supernatural element that also motivated Jack the Ripper and Son of Sam and the Hillside Stranglers.
Hmm.
During this time, Dennis also intended to have killed others, such as 63-year-old Anna Williams, who in 1979 escaped death by returning home much later than expected. Imagine being that woman.
Mm.
Dennis explained during his confession that he became obsessed with Anna and was absolutely livid when she evaded him. He spent hours waiting at her home, but became impatient and left when she did not return home from visiting friends.
Lucky bitch.
Yeah, could you imagine being that woman when he's doing his confession?
Oh
You're like,
no.
because he knew her fucking name, Anna Williams.
Yeah.
And imagine being Anna Williams that lives in fucking Wichita, and you're like, yeah, I was supposed to be a victim.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary fucking shit.
Yeah.
So, Maureen Hedge, age 53, was found on May the 5th, 1985, at East 53rd Street North between North Webb Road and North Greenwich Road in Wichita. Dennis killed her on April the 27th and took her dead body, ready for this?
Mm.
To the Christ Lutheran Church, where he was the president of the church council, where he photographed her body in various bondage positions
Oh shit.
in the church. Dennis had previously stored black plastic sheets and other material at the church in preparation for the murder, and then later dumped her body in a remote ditch. Two
Mm.
women Dennis stalked in the 80s and one whom he stalked in the mid 90s filed restraining orders against him. One of them changed her address to avoid him.
Good for her.
Yeah. But that Maureen Hedge thing, that's another one where photos are online. You can find
Oh.
photos of Maureen Hedge. Don't look them up. Don't look them up. Okay, they're fucking tough to look at. Sarah, you look them up because if you want, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's just, it's hard to look at because you're like, fuck, man. Like when I was doing research on this guy, I was looking at the victims' pictures. Okay. So each victim, I kind of, did a little Google search, this and that. And I was looking at pictures of them just to kind of gauge, like, what they look like and whatnot. And when I Googled Maureen Hedge, a picture popped up of like a bondage thing. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
She the one
Right.
in plastic?
I
Is
think
she did he bury her?
no. This was a while ago that I was like in mid-December when I was looking at it. Hold on. She's in a church. You can see that she's inside.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like it's not Marine, it's Marine, like Marine, like
Yeah.
Marine, okay? Hedge. Um,
Yeah, I found it.
right? And you can see it and it's just, oh god, it's so fucking, yeah. So she's in a church, she's on a blanket, and
Yeah.
you can
I
see her like face down,
I
and
see
she's
her.
like naked, she's got her eyes covered.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, that one fucking got me a little bit because I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
why, what the fuck? Okay.
Crazy.
On September 16th, 1986, Dennis strangled 28-year-old Vicky Lynn Wegerly to death with a nylon stocking at her house in Wichita. Dennis entered the residence by pretending to be a telephone repairman. Dennis rearranged her clothes post mortem and took a number of photographs of her nude body. Yep. So Dennis's final victim, 62-year-old Dolores D. Davis, was found dead on February the 1st, 1991, at West 117th Street North and north of Median Street in Park City, Kansas. Dennis had killed her on January the 19th by strangling her to death with pantyhose.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
those are confirmed kills. Okay.
Yeah.
So confirmed kills, he killed 10 people.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's crazy. So by 2004, the investigation into the BTK killer was considered a cold case. Then Dennis initiated a series of 11 communications to local media. Okay.
Mhm.
This activity led directly to his arrest in February of 2005. Let's see. What was the actual date of? Could you fucking imagine if it's today?
Mhm.
Hold on. That would be dope. I think it was February the 11th or something. Let's see. Date of BTK. Oh,
Arrest.
arrest. Dun, 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 dun. It doesn't say. Um, shit. It just says February of 2005. Victims, motive, education,
February 25th.
February 25th, 2005. Okay, so we're 20 days away.
Mhm.
Okay, so this activity led directly to his arrest in February of 2005. In March of 2004, the Wichita Eagle received a letter from somebody using the name Bill Thomas Kilman.
Hmm.
Do you notice what that says?
BTK.
BTK.
Yeah.
The author of the letter claimed that he had murdered Vicky Wegerly on September 16th, 1986, and enclosed photographs of the crime scene and a photocopy of her driver's license, which had been stolen at the time of the crime. Before this, it had not been definitively established that Vicky was killed by BTK. DNA collected from under Vicky's nails provided police with previously unknown evidence. They began DNA testing hundreds of men in an effort to find the serial killer. Although more than 1,300 DNA samples were taken and later destroyed by court order.
What?
Why?
Jesus.
Why? Like, for fucking what reason?
Yeah, that's
Destroy
ridiculous.
evidence. Like, okay, so in May of 2004, television station Cake, KAKE, in Wichita received a letter with chapter headings for the BTK story, fake IDs, and word puzzles. Yeah, he's just fucking with cops now.
Yeah.
And
Wants the
everybody in,
attention.
you know. So on June 9th, a package was found taped to a stop sign at the corner of First and Kansas Roads in Wichita. It had graphic descriptions of the Otero murders and a sketch labeled the the sexual thrill is my bill. That's what it said. The sexual thrill is my bill. Also enclosed was a chapter list for a proposed book titled The BTK Story.
Oh, he wanted to go all out.
Oh, he wanted clout, motherfucker. He
Yeah,
wanted
he really
clout.
did.
After mimicking a story written in 1999 by Court TV crime writer David Lohr, Chapter 1 was titled A Serial Killer is Born. In July, oh god, it's so fucking creepy. In July, a package dropped into a return slot at a public library contained more bizarre material, including the claim that he was responsible for the death of 19-year-old Jake Allen in Argonia, Kansas, later that month. This claim was false and the death was ruled a suicide.
Hmm.
After his capture, admitted in interrogation that he had been planning to kill again, and he had set a date, October 2004, and was stalking his intended victim. In October of 2004, a manila envelope was dropped into a UPS box in Wichita. It had many cards with images of terror and bondage of children
Eh.
on them. A poem threatening the life of lead investigator Lieutenant Ken Landwehr, Landwehr,
Yeah.
Landwehr, and false autobiography with many details about Dennis's life. These details were later released to the public. In December of 2004, Wichita police received another package from the BTK killer. This time, the package was found in Wichita's Murdoch Park. It had the driver's license of Nancy Fox, which was noted as stolen from the crime scene, as well as a doll that was symbolically bound by the hands and the feet and a plastic bag tied over its head.
Ugh.
Yeah, like Barbie dolls. He
Yeah.
had Barbie dolls and he tied them in the way that he tied up these victims.
Yeah.
Could you imagine living in Wichita at this time?
No, that would be
Ugh.
terrifying.
And they're notifying the public of this, right?
Yeah.
Like the public knows about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. This is where he's going to get fucked over and caught. Good motherfucker. He's so stupid.
Hmm.
Like for somebody who was killing for that fucking long, he was really dumb. But good, good. I'm happy for a dumb criminal.
Yeah, because I don't remember how his daughter had a part in him getting caught, but I do.
It's here. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
okay, okay, go on. Sorry.
It's here. I have two paragraphs. The third one is how his daughter is involved. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how he gets caught, and this is the evidence and shit that they fucking connected him. Okay.
Okay.
So in January of 2005, Dennis attempted to leave a cereal box in the bed of a pickup truck at Home Depot in Wichita. There is fucking surveillance video of this happening.
Okay.
But the box was discarded by the truck's owner. It was later retrieved from the trash after Dennis asked what had become of it in a letter message. Surveillance tape of the parking lot and the date revealed a distant figure driving a black Jeep Cherokee, leaving the box in a pickup. In February of 2005, more postcards were sent to Cake, Kake, and another cereal box was left at a rural location was found to contain another bound doll. Yeah, and like the way that he wrote shit on the cereal box too, it was like serial killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I found something like that in my trunk
Mhm.
or the bed of the truck, like you just pick it up and throw it.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that there's a serial killer in town.
Yeah, really.
So in his letter to police, Dennis asked if his writing, sorry, Dennis asked if his writings, that sounded weird. Why do I write like this? In his letters to police, Dennis asked if his writings, if put on a floppy disk, could be traced or not.
Ah, see? This is what I know.
Yeah. The police answered his question in a newspaper ad posted in the Wichita Eagle, saying it would be safe to use the disc.
Of course.
Of course. Why the fuck? Okay, so on February 16th, 2005, Dennis sent a purple 1.44 megabyte Memorex floppy disk to Fox affiliate KSAS TV in Wichita. Also enclosed were a letter, a gold colored necklace with a large medallion, and a photocopy of the cover of Rules of Prey, a 1989 novel by John Sanford about a serial killer. Police found metadata embedded in a deleted Microsoft Word document that was also known to an unknown to Dennis. That sounded weird. Let me try this again. Police found a metadata embedded in a deleted Microsoft Word document that was unknown to Dennis, still stored on the floppy disk.
Yeah.
The metadata contained the words Christ Lutheran Church, and the document was marked as last modified by Dennis.
Yeah. That's how I know he got caught.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe.
And
That's how I know he got caught because I knew it leaked back to the church and that
right,
he was the one who did the floppy disk there and all that crap. That's how I knew
right.
he got caught. I didn't know his daughter was
Okay,
involved
just
in that.
for it, it's coming. So here's the thing about the floppy disk. So in the letter that he wrote to the police, he said, let me know in a newspaper article or ad or whatever that'll be okay. So in the newspaper ad, it said, it'll be okay, Rex.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how they kind of notified him that it'll be okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so an internet search determined that there was a Dennis Rader was a president of the church council. When investigators drove by Rader's house, a black Jeep Cherokee, the type of vehicle seen in the Home Depot surveillance footage, was parked outside his house. This was strong circumstantial evidence against Dennis, but they needed more direct evidence to detain him. You ready for this? This is where
Mhm.
Carrie comes in.
Okay.
Police obtain a warrant to test a pap smear taken by Dennis's daughter at the Kansas
Ah.
State University Medical Clinic.
Okay.
The DNA test showed a familiar match between a pap smear and the sample of Vicky Wegerly's fingernails. That's a
Okay.
hard name to say.
Yeah.
Vicky Wegerly. Her fingernails. Okay. This indicated that the killer was closely related to Dennis's daughter, and
Yeah.
combined with the other evidence was enough for police to arrest Dennis.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
This is the part of the story that I remember happening. I remember the TV in the kitchen at McBride. I
Yeah.
remember watching the fucking news happening. I think it was on CNN. Huge news.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dennis was arrested while driving near his home in Park City shortly after noon on February 25th, 2005. An officer asked, "Mr. Rader, do you know why you're going downtown?" Dennis replied, "Oh, I have a suspicion why."
Mhm.
Wichita Police and Kansas Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, the ATF agents searched Dennis's home and vehicle, seizing evidence including computer equipment, a pair of black pantyhose retrieved from a shed, and a cylindrical container. The church he attended, his office at City Hall, and the main branch of the Park City Library were also searched. At a press conference the next morning, Wichita Police Chief Norman William announced, "The bottom line, BTK has been arrested." I remember.
Woo!
Good.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
He got cocky, and that's what got him fucking caught.
You know what's
Idiot.
another thing he said too? So
Mm,
when the cops pulled around his car, they boxed him in.
mhm.
Okay. So when they got out and they went up to like arrest him and they said like, "Do you know why you're being arrested?" And he said, "I think I have a good idea why I'm being arrested."
Yeah,
Said, "Do me a favor though." And he knew the cop's name, right? He knew the lead detective's name. He
yeah.
said, "Can you just go and tell my wife that I'm not coming home for lunch?" That's what he fucking said. Like
Mhm,
he knew there was no resistance, nothing,
mhm.
right? All right, so on what?
What a dick.
Yeah, what a fucking douchebag. Like, ugh. But I'm so happy that he got caught.
Mhm.
Because imagine how many more people he would have fucking killed. He would have
Yeah.
probably still been killing if he didn't get caught.
Oh, yeah, he never would have stopped.
He would have never stopped. Like he did go on rest periods though where he didn't kill for a lot of years,
Mhm.
right? So I don't remember. I wrote this a while ago, so I don't 100% remember if I do say this a little bit later on. But you know like Marine Hedge, the one that he took to the church?
Yep.
So the night that he killed her, he actually was taking his son and his son's Boy Scouts on a camping trip.
Oh my god.
Okay? So he went camping with these kids,
Mhm.
got into the tent, got all changed and ready for sleep. All the boys fell asleep. He got up, got dressed, went out, killed Maureen Hedge, did all that stuff to her, dumped her body, changed clothes, went back to the campsite and got into fucking into a sleeping bag next to his son.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know if I put it in a little bit later, but I don't think I did. But I knew that I was going to say that because it was in my brain, right?
Mhm.
That's fucked up.
Mhm.
That's fucked up. Think about that. Like, what kind of a sick fucking person do you have to be to go and kill somebody and then go and lay next to your son after
Yeah.
you murdered a woman?
Obviously sick in the head.
Imagine how his son feels. Like,
Yeah.
Carrie has spoken out. Okay. Her name's Carrie Ronson now because she got married.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, imagine how, like, his son, I don't think his son has ever spoken out.
Yeah. He probably just wants to let all that go behind him
Yeah. And
and move
like,
forward.
even like his wife, it's very hard to find a picture of his wife.
I saw their wedding picture.
Yeah, but, like, a picture of what she looks like now or what
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
boy looks like now. Like, you Carrie Ronson, she's in the media. So, like,
Mhm.
I follow her on Instagram, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I have followed her on Instagram for a long time,
Mhm.
right? So, anyways, on February 28th, 2005, Dennis was charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. Soon after his arrest, the Associated Press cited an anonymous source alleging that Dennis had confessed to other murders in addition to those in which he had been connected.
Mm.
However, the Sedgwick County District Attorney denied the story, yet refused to say whether Dennis had made any confession or if the investigators were looking into Dennis's possible involvement in more unsolved killings.
Mhm.
On March 5th, news source claimed to have verified by multiple sources that Dennis had confessed to the 10 murders he was charged with, but no other ones.
Mm. Mhm.
On March the 1st, Dennis's bail was set at 10 million US dollars,
Mm.
and a public defender was appointed to represent him. On May the 3rd, the judge entered a not guilty plea on Dennis's behalf, as Dennis did not speak at his arraignment. However, on June the 27th, the scheduled trial date, Dennis changed his plea to guilty. He described the murders in full detail and made no apologies. You ever watch his court trial thing?
Yeah, I've seen it.
He fucking goes off and he describes everything. And the family
It's
of
all
the
right there.
fucking victims are sitting there and
Yeah.
he describes it and he just talks like it's just a normal day.
Yeah.
I strangled her and I, bound her up and I broke into her house and I just told them that I was running from the law and
Yeah.
whatever. And he just describes it like he's fucking
Yeah, he doesn't bat an eye about it.
doesn't bat an eye. Like it mean meant absolutely nothing to him that he fucking murdered 10
Yeah.
people, including 2 children.
Hmm.
You killed 2 kids, man. The fuck? I hope he got fucked in the ass so hard when he got to jail, but they probably put him in PC.
For sure they did.
Yeah, he's probably still in PC. Do you know if he's in PC or not?
I have no idea.
Because to be honest with you, I don't know if I wrote that. Again, I wrote this quite a fucking while ago. Right? I don't know if he's still like if he's in PC now or if he's in solitaire because I would fucking hope not. I hope they put his ass in general.
Yeah.
So
I'm
while you're
looking right now,
yeah,
but I can't.
while you're looking for that, I'll go on.
Yeah.
At Dennis's August 18th sentencing, victims' families made statements, after which Dennis apologized in a rambling 30-minute monologue that the prosecutor likened to an Academy Awards acceptance speech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So he had a 30-minute monologue that people described as he was accepting. It's like he was like, I'm caught, I'm gonna do the victory. I'm responsible for this and I have the glory.
Yeah. Jesus.
The problem is 18 years later, people are still talking about this motherfucker. So he did get the clout that he wanted,
Yeah.
even though he's fucking rotting in jail, but he's probably in protective custody. So people probably haven't been able to fuck him in the ass,
Which is such a sin.
which
Hopefully
I
some guards got to him.
yeah, and like I said, I listened to the Brohio podcast. Both of those guys were jail COs, okay? And Nick, he was like a prison guard. He was in Ohio State fucking the big prison there in Ohio. And he said, for people out there who think that the guards go easy on these people, just know that there are people like me that will beat the living fucking shit out of these people
Yeah.
with no fucking, and I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you know what? I don't wish bad on people, but when you do something like that, okay, and then you go to prison and then you think you're just going to have a cushy fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm happy that there are COs out there that will literally be like this is what Nick says. He goes, cocks and socks, motherfucker. Get down to your fucking naked and socks on or whatever.
Yep.
But and then you just beat the living shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Especially people like this motherfucker or people who school shooters or child molesters and shit. Fuck you guys. I hope you get the shit kicked out of you.
Yep, I
I,
agree.
yeah.
He
So,
is in El Dorado Correctional Facility.
yep, I'm going to
It
say
doesn't say anything about him being a PC though.
okay. Okay. Well, oh well.
Yeah, I've been looking. I don't see it. He's still alive. He's
Yep, he's
78.
he's very much alive. Yeah. I know that. You see his oh shit. What did I just do? I think I just fucked my shit up here.
Oops.
Hold on. Hold up. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Yeah, there I am. Yeah. Okay. So, his statement has been described as an example of an often observed phenomenon called among psychopaths, their ability to understand the emotional content of language. He was sentenced to 10 consecutive life sentences with a minimum of 175 years.
Mhm.
Kansas has no death penalty. Well, they had no death penalty at the time of the murders,
Mhm.
which I don't think means a fucking thing.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking piece of shit. It doesn't matter if, say, he did a murder on August the 9th or the 12th, fucking 2005, and they ruled, the death penalty, like back reinstated on August the 20th. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? He should still get fucking the death.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay. I'm okay with him fucking rotting away in prison too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And hopefully some guy is fucking ramming shit up his ass. I just hope that. I do.
Yep.
I
He
don't even feel
deserves it.
I don't feel bad for that at all.
No, me
Kansas
either.
had no death penalty at the time of the murders. On August 19th, he was moved to the El Dorado Correctional Facility, like you just said.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I did write it down. Fuck. Dennis talked about. Sorry. Dennis talked about innocuous topics such as the weather during his 40-minute drive to El Dorado, but began to cry when the victim's family statements from the court proceedings came on the radio. He is now in solitary confinement for his protection with 1 hour of exercise per day and showers 3 times per week. This will likely continue indefinitely. Beginning in 2006, he was allowed to access television and radio, to read magazines, and other privileges for good behavior.
Yeah, so
So there
he
we go.
is.
Yeah. So I did write that down. Fuck's sake.
Well, let's hope that maybe fucking, you know, guard sticks it to him once in a while.
I hope so. So I have one little part left.
Okay.
So they have like a little bit of a further investigation to kind of just see if maybe he did kill more people.
Yeah.
So, following Dennis's arrest, police in Wichita, Park City, and several surrounding cities looked into unsolved cases with the cooperation of state police and the FBI. They particularly focused on cases after 1994, when the death penalty was reinstated in Kansas.
Hmm.
Police surrounding states such as Nebraska, Missouri, Colorado, Oklahoma, and Texas also investigated cold cases that fit Dennis's pattern to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI and local jurisdictions at Dennis's former duty stations checked into unsolved cases during Dennis's time of service. After exhaustive investigations, none of these agencies discovered any further murders attributed to Dennis, supporting earlier suspicion that Dennis would have taken credit for additional murders that he had committed. As a result, the 10 known murders that are the point to believe that at that point believed to be the only murders to which Dennis was actually responsible. Although Wichita police are fairly certain that Dennis stalked and researched a number of other potential victims. This included one person who was saved when Dennis called off his planned attack upon his arrival near the target's home due to a presence of construction and road crews nearby.
Mm.
Dennis stated in his police interview that there are a lot of lucky people, meaning that he had thought about and developed various levels of murder plans for other victims.
Okay.
And that's BTK.
Oh my god. Well, I hope he is miserable.
Oh, yeah, I hope somebody is fucking just, like I said, I hope somebody's ramming shit up his ass on
With
a
a
regular
broomstick.
basis. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that one's a I've always okay, so let me explain something. With people like Dennis Rader, okay? I obviously the murder is sad, but what I find very intriguing is the psychology behind why
yeah,
why they are the way they are. What goes through their mind and, makes them do what they do.
it's
Like
scary.
we've all had intrusive thoughts,
Of course, that's being human.
right? But to act on them,
Yeah,
especially murder.
yeah. The
Not saying
amount
that
of
I've had
time.
intrusive thoughts about murder or anything like that, but
Sure.
intrusive thoughts in general. If you have intrusive thoughts about murder, it's one
There
thing.
the
But
amount of
to
times that I think that all I have to do sometimes is just put a pillow over Mikey's face and sit on it, and he's fucked.
or
Because
if you're just driving down the street and you
yeah.
see a bunch of people walking on the sidewalk, you just sit there and think to yourself, I could keep going straight, or I could just turn this wheel a couple degrees over and fucking go bowling.
That's terrible. That's terrible, Sarah May.
Like, I could be completely unknown to the world and go straight, or I can turn this wheel a little bit to the left
Worldwide news.
and I would be famous as fuck
Infamous for sure.
for going bowling.
I always say that to Mikey though. I said, "Listen, because he snores really loud, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I am so grateful that I have a spare room and good
Yeah.
earplugs, like,
Yeah.
because I don't know, I keep telling him, I said, "Listen, you need to go do a sleep study, my sweetheart, because even with earplugs in, he still wakes me up with his snoring." It's fucking bad. I don't think dad and Jen know what they're prepared for when we go to Florida because their room is pretty much right next to the spare room. They're gonna hear Mikey snore.
Hold on a second. Does he sleep on his back or
Okay,
does he
so
sleep on his side?
when he sleeps on his side, he doesn't snore. But when he rolls to his back and his balls cover his butthole,
Just gonna get to that.
airlock, airlock. I knew that's what you were gonna say, so I was like, I'm gonna beat you to that one. Fucking airlock. All of a sudden, he snores like a lion, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like sometimes I nudge him and I'm like, roll
Yeah.
over. But at that point, like, and then they wonder why I'm a fucking major CUNT in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping properly because I'm waking up multiple times at night.
You know what you do? You know what you do? You turn your back to him, and then when he starts snoring really loud,
Kick
you just
him.
give him a fucking donkey kick.
The
And when he's
problem,
startled awake, you just
see,
pretend like you're sleeping.
the problem with that is Xena sleeps in between us. I don't want to kick her.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's
She
fair.
didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
I said to him multiple times, I said, the amount of times that I have just thought, I just have to put a pillow over his head. And if I sit on it, he can't fucking move me.
Nope.
I'm over 200 pounds. He can't fucking move me.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Like, I'm a big girl. I am not small and fucking dainty.
Mm.
I'm a big woman. So fear me. I would never do it. I love my husband very much, but I'm thankful that we have a fucking spare room that of a
Yeah.
bed that I picked out and the mattress that I like.
Yeah.
Because when I had the flu and I was in our bedroom, Mikey slept in the spare room one night, dude. And he was like, "No, I can't do it." He goes, "That bed is horrendous."
Really? Was it too soft for him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he needs a firmer bed. But my bed in our bedroom, it's not like firm. Like there's still some softness to it. I'd hope so. It's fucking expensive as shit, that mattress.
Yeah.
But it's comfortable. But for me, my ideal is the one that's in the spare room. You've slept in that bed.
Super soft. Okay, so the first night, I think I
Yeah.
didn't like it the first time I ever slept in it. I can't remember why,
Yeah, I remember.
but I was like, whatever. But ever since the first night, every time I've slept in that bed, I sleep so well. It
Yeah.
is so comfortable.
Oh, so good, dude.
Oh yeah,
The
it's really
first
good.
night that I ever slept in that bed, I'm like, fuck, man, now I have a dilemma.
Yeah.
Like, now, do I sleep in the bed with my husband for the rest of our lives, or is this my new bedroom? And then he tells me every single morning. So when I go and I do sleep in the spare room, he'll get up in the morning and I'm like, "Good morning, honey." And he goes, "You abandoned me."
Aw.
I said, "I'm here. I didn't go far. I just had to go to spare room so I can fucking sleep too."
Yeah. Well, fucking a lot of my residents, okay, they have separate beds and separate
Yeah.
bedrooms, so
Yes.
it's okay.
There is nothing wrong with sleeping. And you know what's funny too is like Jenny's parents slept in separate rooms for a very long time,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, "What? That's so." At the time when we were kids, I was like, "That's strange." Like
I didn't understand it either
I didn't
back then.
understand. But now I'm like, that's what made their fucking marriage last as long as it did. I get
It's
it.
the truth. It is
now,
the truth.
now that I'm married, I get it.
Yeah.
Because oh my, I told Mikey, I said, "Mikey, you need to go and get breathe right strips, or you need to go and fucking have a sleep study done." I
Yeah.
said, because I don't know. Like, that's not normal.
Okay, but, like, hold on a second. He doesn't have, like, irregular breathing or,
Nope.
like, stop breathing. He, like, has a constant snore, right?
It's constant start. Like, and that's what I thought too. Cause sometimes, like, when it was really getting bad, I was kind of worried. Cause I
Yeah.
was like,
Well, because I was thinking sleep apnea, right?
I was thinking that too, but he
Yeah.
doesn't stop sleeping in the like, sorry, he doesn't stop breathing in the night or anything.
Yeah.
Like, cause I've kind of listened to him before. He will snore
Yeah.
constant for fucking hours, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, well,
So,
that's what you married.
but me and dad were talking the other day, and We were talking about how, because me and dad are both the same when it comes to like our sleep.
Yeah.
I got I got dad 100% when it came to sleep because me and dad both are kind of insomniacs.
Yeah.
We have a hard time sleeping. Like when we fall asleep, we don't stay asleep. We will wake up multiple times the night, and sometimes I have to get on my phone where dad turns on the TV.
Yeah.
But I said, I don't understand how Mikey can lay down and within fucking like 15 to 30 seconds he's snoring.
Yeah.
And dad goes, Jen's the exact fucking same.
And
He goes,
I'm
I
the
don't,
exact same.
he's like, I
Walter
don't
hates it.
understand. Like, what the fuck? How do you fall asleep that quick? I have never in my life fallen
Yeah,
asleep that quick,
I
ever.
can. I
And you,
will literally take off whenever I'm ready to go to sleep. I will literally take off my glasses, put them on my end table, kiss Walter goodnight, roll over, and he's like, I don't know how you fucking do it, but I'll be snoring in like less than 20 seconds.
I don't know how you do that.
You know
How?
what it is? It's because I have this magical switch in my brain and I have learned to turn it off. I think about nothing. And
Oh,
as soon as I'm ready to sleep, I close my eyes and I am done.
you know what I do when I lay down in bed at night?
Uh,
You already know. What do you think I do when I lay down in bed at night?
count sheep? I don't know. But
I think about, is my doors locked?
oh yeah, of course you do.
I
Yeah.
think of, did I lock the back door? Yes. Did I lock the, and then I have the Nest, so I'm like, okay, let me check if the front door is locked, and then let me look on the camera to make sure the garage is closed.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do at night, and I'm like, okay, I didn't open any windows. All the windows are closed. Fresh air is for dead people. I hear that on a podcast called Morbid.
Yeah.
They always say fresh air is for dead people. Don't leave your fucking windows open at night.
Okay,
I
so Evan does that. And Evan's room is at the front of the house.
scares me. That's scary
And
so bad.
he likes to have his fan on. He has his window open and he likes the fresh air coming into his room at night.
Fresh air is
And
for dead people.
I tell him all the time, I was like, Evan, you need to lock your window at night. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, whoa, nothing's going to happen. I'm like, yeah, that's what other people thought. And it
Richard
happened.
Ramirez would love your ass.
Yeah, he was like, oh, what are the chances it could happen to me? I'm like, what are the chances it could happen to the people that were murdered that happened to
Exactly.
them? I said, no, there's the Night Stalker
Yeah.
people.
There are fucking weird ass people out
And
there.
yeah, and I said, it does happen. Speaking of which, I have been watching American Horror Story Hotel lately.
So good.
And
My favorite season.
I just got to the Richard Ramirez part,
Yeah.
which I didn't know was in there, so I was
Yes.
shocked.
I told you that.
They were talking about Charles Manson too,
Yeah.
but they're like, he isn't dead yet, so because it was on
Yeah.
Halloween night,
They
right?
said Charlie's not dead yet, so he'll be joining us in a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, there's one thing before we finish anything off. I don't know how much time we have left, but
We got time. Don't worry.
okay, so there is something that I kind of wanted to mention just for people who may uh need help, mental health, any sort of like drug addiction, any sort of issues that you have in that sort of lifestyle.
Mhm.
Um there is a number that you can call which is 988 and that is for CAMH and that is for in Canada.
Yeah.
Not sure of a number in the states,
Or anywhere else
but
in the world. But if there is, and you are struggling with
yeah.
anything, there is a beautiful tool called Google. Google it. Find out your local number to get help. Okay.
Well,
There are people out
nine
there.
988 is a it's almost like a 911. They're trying to make it bigger right now.
I did hear about that actually.
Yeah, it's for
And
CAMH.
I wish that, okay, full disclosure here. I had like two mental breakdowns a few years ago,
Yeah.
and I was on hormones, which made me slightly have
Crazy?
suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was um, in a really tough spot. And I called the suicide prevention line,
Mhm.
and they legit told me, are you actively trying to kill yourself? And I said, I'm not actively right now, but I am feeling the need that I need to go, and I don't know what to do. And they said, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you unless you're
Yeah.
actively in the act of killing yourself. And I
Which
went,
is
that's what they
ridiculous.
fucking said to me. And I'm in full breakdown mode. Okay.
Yeah.
That day I drove myself to the hospital and
Yeah.
got psychiatric help because I was scared being home alone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
first thing I thought of was, I don't want my husband to find me.
No.
And legit, I drove to the hospital, which isn't far from my house, but I drove to the hospital and I went into the emergency room. And if you saw the look on my face, she looked at me and she was like, uh oh. Like she
Yeah.
was dead looking me in the eyes. And I said, listen, I gave her my health card and I said, I'm having a mental issue right now and I
Yeah.
feel like I want to die. I said,
Yeah.
so I need help. She fucking hooked me up right away. Like I don't know if there was I don't remember if there was people in the waiting room, but she got me right into a triage room because I was like shaking. Like I
Yeah.
was visibly fucking like quivering.
Yeah.
She got me into a triage room right away and I was in a padded room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
72-hour psych hold, right?
I I think 24-hour hold because I
Oh.
wasn't actively trying to kill myself.
Yeah, they just had to monitor
I
you.
was I was having a mental breakdown, but they put me in a fucking padded room. They gave me a nice comfy bed and everything, and I just laid there in the dark, and she said, "If you need anything, we're here. I'm not gonna lock the door. I'm gonna leave the door open. We're right outside the door if you need anything. There's a
Mhm.
call bell. There's this, there's that." I called Mikey. Mikey came to the hospital. He brought me, food and anything I needed. And I just sat there and cried for like 24 hours. But I got a psychiatric evaluation. I
Yeah.
had a psychologist that I can reach out to and talk. They provided all that for me. So there is help in your neighborhood and your
Yeah.
country or wherever you are. There are resources and if you are feeling that way because I don't have any experiences with anything else. So in that case, go to your local hospital,
Yep.
right? And if you have a drug issue or anything like that, seek
988 is your number for Cam
yeah,
H.
but anywhere else in the world, there should be some sort of thing in your
Yep.
country where you can get help. And if you don't know and you want to reach out to somebody, email us
Yeah.
necromancypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Email us and let us know what's
Unfortunately,
going
I've
on
had a lot of friends, even family members, die
of drug
of
overdoses.
drug overdoses,
Yeah,
and
we've
it
had a few.
is very serious. And it's so scary. And
Yeah,
if you ever want to get out or you need help, don't hesitate. Just get the help you need. Call 988 or
we
Google whatever it is you need to Google.
you
Get yourself
called
to
me
a hospital.
You called me the other day and told us that one of our old friends from the old neighborhood died of a drug overdose the other day.
We're not 100% sure that it was an overdose, but he
Oh,
did
no.
die in his sleep and it's suspected
Okay. So
because he
it
was
wasn't
using,
confirmed.
but it's not
Okay.
confirmed.
Well, I was really sad at that, and I've been thinking about him a lot, and
Yeah.
you know what? Like, I don't even know if I still have I must. I think one of
I
our
do.
friends has pictures of all of us together. I think I do. I must
Yeah, I'm pretty
because we
sure I
hung out
do.
with him all the time,
Yeah. Growing
you know,
up, yeah.
and
Even
like
one of
he told
my even one of my girlfriends from when I knew her since I was in grade 4 died like I think 2 years ago from a drug overdose.
it's crazy.
Lots of people that I know, unfortunately, have passed that way,
Yeah, we had
and it's
the
just
same way.
it's so heartbreaking. Even Ryan, Mr. Young there, rest
Yeah,
his soul, that one hit me hard. I was so
that
upset I couldn't go to his funeral.
you know what's crazy too? Like, when I think back on Ryan Young is, like, I remember just waiting at the bus stop to go to school because we went to the same high school,
Yeah,
and he would pull up next to the bus, and he's like, "Hey, Mel," and I'm like, "Hey." He goes, "You waiting for the school bus?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Get in, I'll drive you." And he would drive me to school all the time, like, almost every day he would drive me to school.
yeah,
He lived just up the street from us, and, like, he would
yeah,
pick me up and then drive us like to school and shit. And it was really nice. Like it was really
Yeah. Well, that's
of
the type of person that he was.
yeah, and like he would be at our house all the time and
Yeah,
he was a really nice dude.
now he's fucking gone. It's such a sin.
Yeah, it's
And he
crazy.
had just came out of rehab too.
Yeah, but there's there's a few there's only one person I know of who came out of that
Yeah,
and survived so far.
it does happen.
Okay, only one person I know. And you know what? She's the strongest fucking person I've ever met.
Yeah, that shit I'm sure is not easy.
You know, strongest fucking person I've ever met in my entire life. And it's just crazy to think about that. She could have been a statistic,
Yeah.
and it's really scary to think about.
Yeah, it does, people do recover. People do recover and it's a happy ending for those people, but for the
But it's a
people.
struggle still,
Oh
even after,
yeah.
all that's said and done and everything, that person is still gonna struggle for the rest of her life,
Yeah. I'm sure
okay?
it's not easy,
I'm sure it's not.
but at least you know what? Her family's not visiting her at a graveyard.
That's true,
So,
and
you know, recovery does happen. And
recovery happens,
thank God for that.
but it
But
can happen, and people need to realize that it can happen.
if they really want it,
Yes, but you
sometimes,
have to be ready.
you know what? Nothing will ever. You could go to an addict and say to you're blue in the face, get better and you could do it. And you could have their kids go to them and say, I need you. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, nothing will stop them from
No,
using unless
until
they
they
decide that they can stop using.
yep, that's what I
Okay.
always said
So
too.
you've got to want it bad enough. So unfortunately, a lot of people, it's hard for them to get out.
Very
But
hard.
again, there is help out there. So if you need help and you're struggling, just dial 988 if you're in
And if you
Canada.
have that in your country, email us. I will do the best I can to find out where what the resources is in your country if you
Yep.
can. Okay? If there's a state or a region of your country that you don't know, email me
Yeah.
necromancypodcast@gmail.com and just say I'm struggling, I need help, and this is pretty much where I'm at, and I will do the best I can to find a resource for you.
Both of
If
us will, for sure.
yeah, like, I have no problem doing that. My
Yeah.
biggest thing in life is to help people,
Yeah.
and if you need help, reach out. It
Yeah.
doesn't you don't know me from nowhere, from people that listen in different countries. You don't know us from anywhere, but understand that we have been through some shit in our lives
And
and
lost family members and
lost
friends.
family and have had mental breakdowns and have fucked up shit happen in our lives.
And we take it very seriously.
Yeah, and if you need the help, we don't mind. I will do the best I can to find a resource for you.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
and it's all good and everything. And if you don't have to tell me your name.
Yep.
If you just want to reach out and say, I will email you back as soon as I can. And if that's all you ever want to say to me and that's it, then that's fine.
Yep.
Like, we're here, you know?
Yeah. So
So, yeah, but we're trying our best to get our YouTube videos up, but a
taking
little,
a little bit.
it's a little bit interesting because, yeah, it's tough to do on your fucking iPad when it's
Well,
all,
considering I don't have the space and I keep trying
oh,
to fucking and then when you got me to restart it, that was fine, but the rest of them right now, I can only do one at a time because of the space.
yeah, it's crazy.
So
Even
it's
mine.
kinda hard to, like, keep up to date with it. I'm
Well,
working on it. I'm
here's the
working on
thing
it.
too, is when I get back from holidays here, I'm gonna try to delete everything off my fucking iPad that I don't need
Yeah.
so that I'll have the space.
Yeah.
And if I can't, I'm gonna try to do it on my phone because I want to start doing the YouTube videos after the episodes, but it's fucking hard to do.
Yeah,
And it's
especially
not
because, like,
hard to
I
do,
have
it's just
work in the
hard to
morning.
save. Yeah.
So, like, usually I don't post until the next day on my Facebook or whatever, right? But,
Yeah.
the videos I try to work on, it's just I don't know, man. I'm not that tech savvy apparently.
I'm okay, and it's not about making the video. It's about fucking saving it onto the iPad and up
Yeah, it's such a
YouTube.
pain in the
Motherfucker.
ass. I know. So,
Bitch. But anyways, we're on Spotify and all that,
yep.
and Apple Podcasts, and we're on.
Some of
Uh,
them are on YouTube.
some of them are on YouTube so far. We are going to try our best to get those up on YouTube, but you can listen to us, the podcast part, on
Yep.
Amazon Music and all that, and Spotify and everything. Now, rate and review, guys, please.
Yeah.
Rate and review. Write me reviews. I see people that have been writing us reviews on Apple Podcasts and our YouTube, and I'm loving them. And I'm trying my best to respond to the one on YouTube. I did respond to a couple yesterday, which were lovely to see.
Mhm.
Right? So if anybody's got anything to say, even if you
Suggestions are
yeah,
always
email us
welcome.
and comment on the episodes. I love reading them.
Yeah, we both
Five
do.
star, 5 star, 5 star.
Subscribe.
Follow us, follow us, follow us. Suggest us to your friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that about does it for tonight. My stepdaughter's got to get to sleep, and I'm kind of in her space, so
What the fuck? Why are you in her space for?
'cause I'm that type of bitch. Did you
Yeah.
see what I came in? What I named myself in
I
the?
fucking took a picture. I was like, what the fuck? Why is your name Skunt? How do you change that? You're gonna have to show me because I want to change mine to fucking something else. I saw that. I was like, Skunt. Why the fuck is she Skunt? She is a fucking skunt, but
I am skunt. Hear me roar.
Queen Skunt.
Skunty McGee. Anyways.
Skunty McCoo.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed our episode. I am next week. I'm quite excited
I
considering
will
you're
be
going to
in
be in
Florida,
Florida.
so we'll be recording while I'm sitting under a palm tree.
Go fuck your fist. All right.
Oh, I'm so fucking excited.
You know what? I'm going to go record in the middle of the frozen fucking lake.
Well, that sucks for you. I feel so bad for you. I really don't, but I feel so bad for you. I really do, though. I do feel bad that you're not coming, but
Yeah, that's okay. I got to work.
yeah, well, fuck that. I was like, fuck you guys. I'm going on
Yeah,
vacation.
see ya.
Adios.
Mm,
I love you.
I love you all kinds. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Okay, bye.
Bye.